In this module, we're going to look at the particulars for invigilating exams for students with special needs. Now, Griffith University is committed to increasing and enhancing opportunities for people with disabilities. And with this in mind, we have procedures in place for students with special needs to have suitable alternative assessment arrangements and strategies in place. These exams are supervised by one Chief Invigilator. The recommended alternative exam arrangements for students with special needs, referred to as AEA students, are located on the front of the exam envelope for each student. The alternative exam arrangements vary greatly between students and may include variations of the following. They may have additional working time, pen down time to provide the student with rest breaks or periodic movement breaks, specific furniture such as the use of a computer, ergonomic chairs, magnifying glasses, etc. They might have the ability to eat, drink or take prescribed medication. They also may be used to use the scribe or a reader, or they may even have a modified exam paper. For an example, an exam paper may be printed on a different coloured paper or have an enlarged font. Now, prior to the entry of these students into an exam venue, please verify that the working time indicated on the exam envelope is accurate by manually working out the additional time and calculating the time required. Now, to do this, please refer to the exam paper cover sheet and the original duration for the exam. In this example, you'll see the exam working time is 2 hours and the perusal is 10 minutes. Now, compare this to the student's additional time allowance indicated on the exam envelope. In this example, the student has been granted an additional 15 minutes per hour of exam time, plus an additional 5 minutes per hour pen down time to be used for either race breaks or the provision to stand and move around. Therefore, the working time on this exam envelope should read 2 hours, 40 minutes, plus a 10-minute perusal break. Now, it's important to note that not all students will use their allocated pen down time, and therefore their finished time will need to be adjusted accordingly. If the student is permitted additional pen down time, it is imperative that these steps are followed to ensure that this is correctly calculated and administered. Now, before the exam starts, please ask the student to advise you before taking their rest breaks. Now, the student must not continue working during these breaks and must remain in the exam venue. Please record the start and finish time for each break on the incident report form. The rest break period must not exceed the recommended time. Now, the most important thing to remember is that if these breaks are not used, the student forgoes this additional time. Now, toilet breaks work in a slightly different manner when there is more than one AEA student in the venue, as you cannot escort the student to the bathroom, leaving all other students unsupervised. Therefore, in this situation, students are permitted to go to the bathroom unsupervised as required, and the duration of these breaks should be recorded on the incident report form. Now, please note, only one student should leave the venue at any given time. The slip shown here will be provided for each AEA student in your venue to enable you to easily keep track of the student's exam duration and entitlements. This concludes Module 8, which is the last module in this invigilation training. Below you'll find the textual content and a final short test. In addition to working through each module, you are now required to undertake the final knowledge test. And as mentioned in the introduction, only invigilators who complete this test and achieve a score of 90% or greater will be rostered for invigilation shifts. There are 2 separate knowledge tests, one for Chief Invigilators and one for assistants. These can both be found by locating them on the left-hand navigation menu on this page. Now, please note, if you're both a Chief and an Assistant Invigilator, you're only required to complete the Chief Invigilator test. Now, well done, and thank you very much for your time. You have now completed the online Griffith University Invigilator training program.